YouTube, we are back, baby. This is episode 3 of the team-specific mock draft. Welcome to Mose Knows. I am your host, Mose. Now, this is episode 3, as I mentioned. First episode, we took care of the Jacksonville Jaguars, got them squared away. Second episode, we took care of the New York Jets, got them squared away. Episode 3, we are the resident GM for the Miami Dolphins. We're going to see how this draft shakes out. We'll pick them some players, add some new crop of rookies to that team, and see if we can improve on the season that we had a year ago. Now, if you're here, you're watching the video, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it, but I need you to do a couple things for me. Really, really quick things. I need you to take 2 seconds, and I need you to hit that subscribe button. Then I need you to take another 2 seconds, and I need you to hit that bell icon. What is that bell icon gonna do? I'm gonna tell you. That bell icon is gonna give you post notifications every time new content drops here at Mose Knows. So when we drop episode 4, the Atlanta Falcons, if you're a Falcons fan, you'll get notified when that video comes out. That way you can watch the vid, you can take a look at the picks that I make for the Falcons. You can tell me if you love them, you can tell me if you hate them. I want this to be interactive. Let me know your thoughts. I'm a 49ers fan, as you can tell by the hat. I pride myself on being objective, but I guarantee you probably know more information about your team. So if you know that information, share that with me. That can help me for my next mock draft. So we're going to get right into it and get started with this draft. We're back on the draftnetwork.com. If anybody wants to do a mock draft of their own, by the way, if you do a mock draft of your own, send it to me. Let me see how it came out. If you do a full first round, if you pick your specific team, your favorite team, and you want to do a mock draft just for that team, send me your results. Let me know how it shook out for you. All right, we're going to select the Miami Dolphins here. Go next. We're going to do this manually, 7 rounds. You know we like to go fast. All right, man, let's get this draft started. We're not even going to waste no time. Ooh. Now, I haven't seen this before. Trevor Lawrence going number 1, I've seen before. I took him number 1. He went number 1 in episode 2 when I was the GM of the Jets. But the Jets taking Jamar Chase at 2? I don't think that's going to happen. Now, Miami did come out and say, coaching staff and front office, that Tua is their guy. You know, he had a rocky, start to his rookie campaign. When you compare how he played to the likes of Joe Burrow in Cincinnati or Justin Herbert in Los Angeles, his rookie campaign didn't stack up to those 2 guys. But regardless of that, his up and downs, Coach Brian Flores came out and said, Tua is our guy. We're sticking with Tua. I mean, there's Zach Wilson, there's Justin Fields on the clock right now, on the board for us to take. It's possible we could go quarterback. It's possible, and how this draft is shaking out, with both of those quarterbacks on the board, Dolphins can trade out of this spot. They do have another first-round pick, but they can trade out of number 3 and acquire more picks. More picks this year, more picks next year. There's a lot of QB-needy teams who can move up to this number 3 spot. The best idea, from my perspective, is for them to trade number 3. Unless there's a guy on the board that they know they want, no matter what, and if they trade back, depending on where that slot is, they may not be able to get him. So what do we do here? A wide receiver is a need, probably one of their biggest needs. They do have Devontae Parker. He might be back, he might not. He's also getting up there in age, and he's been inconsistent over his career. Injuries, drop passes, things of that nature. He is a stud. He's a great wide receiver, but in this league, you need more than one go-to weapon. The weapon that they could take, Jamar Chase, he's already off the board. Now, in my first round mock, I slated Devontae Smith to go to them at 3. It's probably a little bit high for Devontae Smith. But now reports have come out that Devontae Smith said he'd rather play with Mac Jones over Tua. He takes Mac Jones over Tua any day. Now, he could be saying that because he just, won a national championship with Mac Jones. That is his current quarterback, his current teammate that he's going through the draft process with. But that could be exactly how he feels. And with that information, why would you draft a guy that doesn't want to play with your quarterback? You could go Jalen Waddle here. That might be a little high for him too, but he's known as a speedster. He might be the fastest wide receiver in this class. He can take the top off the defense. He can definitely help you stretch the field. Is he a number 3 type wide receiver? I don't think so. I don't think he's in the Calvin Johnson tier where you can take him at number 3 and no one will, be upset about you taking him here. So what can we do? This is a little tough. You could take Penei Sewell here because, you drafted a tackle last year in Austin Jackson. He was playing well. Then he had a few injuries. He got banged up. He was put on IR for a few weeks. But you did draft him last year with the 18th overall pick. Now you could slide Penei Sewell to right tackle, or you could slide Austin Jackson to right tackle. Again, same situation as the Jets. The Jets also took a left tackle in the first round last year, and Mekhi Becton. Do you want to draft another tackle and slide one of your guys over to the right, knowing that at some point you may lose that guy because they want to go somewhere where they can play left tackle and make left tackle money? Oh, man, this is tough. This is tough. But based on how the board is shaking out, we don't have Jamar Chase. I definitely don't see 2 wide receivers going in the top 3. That's not going to happen. You know what? I'm not going to go Jalen Waddle at 3. I can't. In good conscience, I can't go Jalen Waddle number 3 after Jamar Chase is off the board. So I think with the way Mekhi Becton played last year versus the way Austin Jackson played last year, I think you can get away with drafting Penei Sewell here and moving Austin Jackson to right tackle and have Penei Sewell play left tackle. And that way you can shore up your offensive line and keep Tua protected. So I'm going to go Penei Sewell, left tackle out of Oregon, number 3 right here. I can't go Jalen Waddle this early. I just can't do it. All right, we're almost back on the clock at 18. Wide receiver is a need, and he's still on the board. Now, do you take him knowing what he said, right? Do you take him saying, you know what he said about playing with Tua? Why would you draft him if he prefers Mac Jones over Tua? I'm sure Devontae Smith probably prefers Mac Jones over a lot of other quarterbacks that he'll play with in the National Football League. There may be a few quarterbacks where he won't have any complaints. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. But those teams aren't picking this high where he will be selected. He's still on the board. Wide receiver is a need. We got the best left tackle in the draft, and we can still get one of the top 3-4 receivers in this draft class here at 18. This is a no-brainer. Give me Devontae Smith. We'll make it work with Tua. We'll figure out a way to make it work with Tua. And if Devontae Smith wants to ruin his career and be known as a locker room guy who doesn't get along with his quarterback and doesn't get along with his teammates because of his preference, then that's up to him. But for the value at 18, him still being on the board, and we need a playmaking wide receiver in this offense, that's a no-brainer. That's easy. All right, we're back on the clock at the top of the second round, 36. Needs, linebacker, running back, edge, interior O-line, interior D-line. Oh, we need interior D-line? Christian Barmore still on the board? Yeah. Put Christian Barmore next to Christian Wilkins. That man, come on, Barmore. Shore up that defensive front. We don't need any help in the secondary. Our secondary, we may need some help at safety, but our secondary, Xavier Howard, Byron Jones on the corners. Listen, give me some beef up front, some guys who can stop the run and collapse that pocket. Man, put Christian Barmore on that line, man. This no. Oh, and then I just talk about upgrading the safety position. We could do that here. We can also draft interior line. That's a need. We can get Creed Humphrey, plug him in at the center position, And now we got a solid, young right tackle in Austin Jackson, who we moved from the left side. Bring in Penei Sewell. And now we got a sturdy centerpiece. Whew, it's a lot of good names on this board right now. Do we want to go interior offensive line, or do we want to shore up that secondary? This is a tough one. Let's see. Trying to think. Let's take a look. There's a few safeties on the board. Richie Grant's still here. Trayvon Mulridge is still there. Don't know how. He should be a first safety off the board. And Javon Holland, and Hamza Nasirildeen, and Andre Cisco, and Paris Ford. Oh. See, based on this draft board, I think I can wait on safety. I may not get Trayvon Mulridge, but I think I'll get a quality safety. And we're still in the second round. I can get a quality safety at the top of the third round and shore up this offensive line with center. It's a no-brainer for me. Let's shore up this offensive line. If we want to see what Tua has, if we want to see if Tua can be the guy, let's give him the tools to do that. We just got him a weapon on the outside, and let's shore up the offensive line to give him time to go through his reads, go through his progression, and still, have an opportunity to take the reins of this quarterback position and be the guy for the next 5, 10, 12 years. Creed Humphrey, center out of Oklahoma, to the Miami Dolphins. This is going good. I like this so far. I like this. Let's see where we're at. We are back on the clock at 81, third round. Okay. So we still need linebacker. We still need edge rusher. Hamilcar Rashed Jr. is here. Edge out of Oregon State. We don't need corner. We could use a running back. Let's see. Let's take a look at the safeties I was looking at. Okay. Nasirildeen's here. Darius Washington, Andre Cisco, Paris Ford. Caden Stearns is still on the board. I don't know why he's so low. Talanoa Hufanga is here. Tariq Thompson. A lot of safeties. Let's take a look at linebacker. Let's see who's still available. Cameron Grown is here. Monte Rice, Charles Snowden. We have Jerome Baker. We have Raekwon McMillan. We could use a linebacker, but I don't think anybody here is worth the value. Let's go to edge rusher. Quincy Roche is here. Like I said, Hamilcar Rashed is here. Jordan Smith is here. Let me take a look. 6'3", 254. Yeah, he can play outside in a 3-4. I think Jordan Smith might fit that role a little bit better. 6'6", 255, the outside linebacker in a 3-4 coming off the edge in that scheme. So he could be an option. Looking at where he's ranked, he might be a little bit of a reach, but let's take a look at who's on the board here. We don't need tight end. We have Mike Gesicki. I think we might take our safety. Now, do we want somebody like Hamza Nasirildeen? Big physical safety, not quick twitch, doesn't have great speed, but what he does have is great instincts. He's a solid tackler. You can drop him down in the box. He's an option here. Or do we want somebody with a little bit more speed or a little bit more range on the back end? That might be a reach also. This is getting tough. Let's take a look at running back. Do we want to take a running back here in the third round? We have Michael Carter, North Carolina here. Kenneth Gainwell, who I like, from Memphis. I think if we can spread that offense out a bit, Kenneth Gainwell would be great in this offense, both running the ball and being a pass catcher out of the backfield. You have Devontae Parker, if he stays, as your primary number one wide receiver, your big target. You have Gesicki at tight end, taking care of those seams and anything across the middle. You got the speedster, Devontae Smith, spreading the field. And if you can get all of those guys, out in routes and confusing the defense and forcing them to play coverage and to drop guys in the coverage to focus on maybe those intermediate to deep routes, then you can have Kenneth Gainwell wreaking havoc, out of the backfield underneath. That could be a good option. Again, Michael Carter, 5'8", 202, 5'11", 191. I don't think you can go wrong with either one. Carter is shorter and stockier. Gainwell is about 3 inches taller, but he's about 10 pounds lighter. So it all depends on what you want for your scheme and who you have. But I think Kenneth Gainwell right now would be a better fit than Michael Carter. So I'm going to go Kenneth Gainwell here at 81. And we will wait until our next pick. Amen. See, when you wait, when you're patient, patience is a virtue. I didn't reach on the pick for Cisco, and he fell in our lap in the 4th round at 123. Let's bring him in, add to that safety group. Andre Cisco, safety out of Syracuse. I'll take that all day. All day I'll take that. And then see, right after that, 2 more safeties went off the board. So he was going to go. He was definitely going to go. He was out of here. Uh-oh. See something I like. See something I like. Oh. Saw something I like. Then it was gone. Now, I don't think we have a 5th round pick. I believe the 5th round pick that we would have had in this draft was a pick that was sent to the San Francisco 49ers in the Matt Breida trade last year during the draft. So we do not have 5th round pick. We're in the 6th round. All right, still need linebackers, still need edge rusher. Let's see what we got. Justin Hilliard's here from Ohio State. Garrett Wallow's here. I don't think any of these guys at the top of this board fit what we want to do in that 3-4 as far as being both solid in the run and have the ability to drop into coverage. Nobody matches that build of Jerome Baker, who we already have here. So I don't think we'll go linebacker right now. Joshua Kando from Florida State is still here. Chris Rump from Duke is also still here. Now you can go either way with these two guys if you're going edge. I'm going to go edge here. Get somebody who can, rush off the edge and provide some pass rush for us. He is a little raw, which is why I think he fell so far. But if he's here in the 6th round, I think this is a good value pick. And with Brian Flores and his defensive mind, I think he is one of the, 2 or 3 perfect coaches who can get the most out of this guy. Get his hands on him, work with him, train him up. And I think he could be dynamite, with the right tutelage, and he has to have the right mindset. He has to come in ready to work, ready to get his game to the next level so that he can be effective in the NFL. But if he does, he has all the physical traits to be a great player. And for that reason, I'm going to give the Miami Dolphins Chris Rumph II, edge rusher out of Duke. That should take us to round 7. Come on. Bonus points if you know what song that is. Oh, I don't think we have a 7th round pick. I think we're done. We're done. We don't have a 7th round pick. So we didn't have a 5th. We didn't have a 7th. We just had the 2 first-round picks. So let's go over this. With the 3rd pick, we select Penei Sewell, left tackle out of Oregon. He's a generational talent, so they say, based off of his tape, based off of his film, based off of what he has produced so far. His physical attributes, he looks like that. Now, things can change, injuries could happen, he could not be a good fit for this particular scheme. But with someone of his caliber, you can't go wrong drafting him number 3 overall. So we take Penei Sewell. I think we slide him into left tackle. We move Austin Jackson over to right tackle. And now we shore up that edge to protect Tua. At 18, Devontae Smith fell in our lap. Someone who's a top 3-4 wide receiver in this class. He's projected to go somewhere in the top 10. He falls to us at 18. Despite what he said about preferring Mac Jones over Tua, I don't think he's going to gripe about being selected in the NFL and coming in and making a name for himself no matter who the quarterback is. I think he's going to have a sit-down conversation with Tua. They're going to have to, iron all of that out. They're going to have to dap it up and move on. But the familiarity is there. I selected Devontae Smith, number 3 in my full first-round mock. So the familiarity is there. They played in college together. I think if they can, squash that little beef based on whatever was said, that's a great pick. Then we give Miami another Alabama teammate in Christian Barmore. He fell to us at the top of the 2nd round. To me, Christian Barmore is probably the number 1 defensive tackle on this board. For him to fall to 36, listen, I like gifts. I don't ask for gifts, but I like gifts. If you got a gift for me and you send it to me, I'll accept it. I'll be grateful. I'll call you, tell you thank you. I appreciate you so much. I'm not going to ask for it, but if you're going to give me a gift, I'm going to take it. That was a gift, and I took it. And then at number 50, we shore up our offensive line, and we select Creed Humphrey, center out of Oklahoma. Number 81, we add a running back to our stable, Kenneth Gainwell. He has the speed, he has the elusiveness, he can help you in the run game, he can help you in the pass game. We can get the offense spread out with all the weapons that we have. We can, with this shored up offensive line, Kenneth Gainwell should have plenty of holes to pick from, and then he can be a serious weapon coming out of the backfield in the flats. We waited, we were patient. Andre Cisco, safety, fell to us at 123 out of Syracuse. We'll take that. And then we grab with our last pick, our 6th round pick, Chris Rumph, edge rusher out of Duke. So we throw him in that defense and get some additional pass rush. With Christian Wilkins and Christian Barmore on that defensive line, collapsing that pocket and possibly drawing double teams. I think you'll have a lot of opportunities coming off the edge to go get the quarterback. And that's going to do it for the Miami Dolphins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. So like I said, in episode 1, some teams may have as little as 5 picks. Some teams may have as many as 11 or 12. So the videos will fluctuate based on the number of picks. The Miami Dolphins had 7 picks, and I think we drafted 7 players who are not only going to make this team, but are going to be contributors right away. Now that level of contribution is going to vary, but I think all of these players can come in some way and make a solid contribution to a team that could have made the playoffs. I believe they were 11-5, 10-6, something like that, and just barely missed the playoffs. I think, the players that they're able to bring in this draft and maybe some additional free agents that could probably, take them over the edge, get them over that hump, and they can finally make the playoffs, this upcoming season. Tell me how you like the draft, Miami Dolphins fans. How you like the draft? How did it shake out for you? Do you like the picks? Do you not like the picks? comment down below on this video. You can hit me up on Instagram and on Twitter. The links for those social medias are in the description box below. I love you guys, man. I appreciate all the support up to this point. If you watched the video all the way through, thank you. If you had to cut out at some point, I appreciate you anyway. Again, you know what I need you to do? I need you to like, I need you to comment, I need you to hit that subscribe button and take another 2 seconds and hit that bell icon. Next video, episode 4, will be the Atlanta Falcons. Hope to see you then. Peace.